I speak of this often, almost every 3 months I post a video on it. And it's because it's such a profound and focused perspective. And that is the perspective that can be found when you examine a quote by Blaise Pascal, who said that, he said hundreds of years ago, I think, he said, the problem with mankind is man's inability to sit in a room alone and do nothing. So well put. So much in such few words. Do you see why? If you go into it deeply, what do you see? The problem with mankind is man's inability to sit in a room alone and do nothing. One might ask, how is this the problem facing mankind? I thought the problem was global warming and political corruption and income inequality and people starving and us destroying our water supplies. And misinformation in the news and media creating division between people. How is the problem man's inability to sit in a room alone and do nothing? How? Because to sit in a room alone and do nothing for an extended period of time requires an individual to be at peace within themselves. It requires an individual to be at peace within all parts of themselves, with the task of sitting in a room alone and doing nothing. That means no distraction. That means no desire, no aversion, no attachment, no thinkings of things one must do or has to do, no remembering the past or dreading the future. A quiet and still mind, free from conflict. To sit in a room alone and do nothing for an extended period of time in peace is to have no conflict with being in the present moment. And that very few leaders in the world have. And because very few leaders in the world have it, this is a major problem for mankind. Because it means that they have all of the other stuff. It means they have a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the beliefs, a lot of the judgments, a lot of the fears, a lot of the anticipations and expectations, a lot of the rumination, a lot of the imagination, a lot of the projection, and all the planning and guilt and regret and feelings of lack and fear that accompany all of those things, all of that stuff that fills the present moment. And all of this distorts their decision making, and it distorts their capacity to see clearly. And so we have leaders that can't sit in a room alone and do nothing because they are not at peace within themselves. And how can we expect leaders who are not at peace within themselves to bring peace to our world? So this is one of the greatest challenges humanity is facing. That we ourselves as individuals, we have not reached a level of evolution yet where we have learned to be at peace within ourselves. And so, of course, we are not at peace with others, with other nations and groups and people. We're not even at peace with ourselves and our parts, our many parts, and our many voices that make noise in our heads many times a minute. We can find peace within ourselves. We can find peace in the empty room. We can give up entirely the process of seeking distraction. We can find stillness and silence. And a deep love can be there. A deep appreciation and gratitude, a deep capacity to learn and appreciate life. And to make choices that are wise and compassionate. Silence, and stillness bring all of these things. If we could just as individuals allow ourselves to go there, stay there and be there, relentlessly, focusedly, lovingly, in all ways, just be there, get there, and stay there, in that silence. And from there experience, and from there decide. And from there love, and from there navigate. Can you feel that silence? Can you feel that stillness? Can you be in your body, this empty room, and do nothing, and be at peace? And can you do that in all situations, morning to night? And if not, Is it something you choose to prioritize learning, no matter what it takes? It is an option.